Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Maheema, and in today's video I am going to do a review, comparison, and swatches on new Hudabeauty Brown Obsession palettes. And I got all three of them because I couldn't pass on it. I love the packaging and everything looks so good, so I thought I would just get them all and do a review here. And I got them last week, but I was like a little bit busy. As you guys know, I work full-time, so I had work and other things to do, so I couldn't do a review as quick, but nevertheless I thought I would just do it because why not? So yeah, I am going to do that today, and I haven't yet used a pad on my eyes because I was going to do that today, but then I just have a little, I don't know, allergy situation going on this eye, and I don't know, it's like a little bit burning in here, and it's just like a little bit red and just burning. So I thought, like, because when I'm doing an eye look, I just have to go with my brush back and forth in that same area, so I thought that might make it worse, so I did not get the chance to use it, so I apologize for that. But I want to do looks using these palettes, so yeah, just stay tuned. I will be doing that pretty soon. And I also wanted to compare the palettes with her other palette because I have the nude medium and I also have the naughty nude palette. Like, I have been getting more into her eyeshadow palettes lately than before, so yeah. And when I saw these palettes on Trendmed's page, I was just like, you know what, I want them, so that's that. So these palettes retail for $37 Canadian. I think it's, I don't know, is it 29? I think it's 29 US. I'm not sure about that, but I will leave the pricing here somewhere for the US price, but it's $37 Canadian, and these are made in China. So these palettes, like the bigger palettes, are made in Italy, and the smaller palettes are made in China. However, the quality on these palettes are exceptionally well. I love this palette. I have this palette on my everyday drawer for like 3 months straight because I could not keep it down. I love this palette, so that's what I'm expecting for these palettes as well. I haven't watched any reviews or any kind of videos on these palettes because I wanted to have my own opinion about it, because if you like watch a review, you might be influenced by it or like stuff like that, because I bought it right away when it came on Sephora's website, and I was like, there's no point watching reviews if you already bought it, right? So yeah, that's that. And I will just show the palettes, the color situation going on, and I will do the swatches. But for looks, I will be doing it in a separate video. I'm thinking of doing like two looks for each palette. Like, one, I just want to do like a very dramatic kind of look, and then one, I just want to make like something wearable and everyday, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, so the first palette that I have here is Caramel Brown Obsession palette, and this was the one that I was least excited about because I feel like these are the colors that you see over and over in any nude palettes or anything of that sort. But after I got this palette and I looked at the colors, oh my god, I instantly fell in love. So as soon as I got this palette, I instantly fell in love. I was like, you know what, taking this color. So yeah, this is the first palette, and it's caramel browns, as I told you guys earlier. So there are 4 shimmers, actually 5 shimmers actually. I think this one has shimmer too. It's a different kind of formula, but there are 4 mattes and the rest are shimmers. So I will go ahead and do the swatches for you guys. Okay, so these are the swatches of her Caramel Browns Obsession palette. This color right here is the one that was like two-tone, like a different kind of shimmer in her palette, and I had to go over like 3 times for that color. It looks very nice in the pan, but when I swatch it, it's not as intense as it looks on the pan. It looks slightly dull, than I expected it to be. I think if you put a glitter on top or with a sticky base, that would look really nice. This one is also very, very nice deep shimmer. I wish that was a matte, but it's okay. You would be able to smoke out your lid with that, although it is shimmer, but it looks more like matte, if that makes sense. Mattes were all buttery. As far as I swatched it, it was all the mattes in the palettes are so soft and buttery, and I'm pretty sure it'll be very, very easy to work with these colors. And yeah, that is the swatch for the Caramel Browns palette. Okay, so moving on to the next palette, which is the Hudabeauty Toffee Brown. It matches with my background too. So yeah, this is another browns palette, and this was the one that I was a little bit more excited about because the color situation in this palette is pretty. It's very beautiful. So that is how the palette looks like, and look at the yellow in the center of the palette. That is something that is like calling my name. Okay, so this palette has 5 mattes and 4 shimmers. Like this color right here, it looks so intense, and yeah, I am really excited to go ahead and swatch it. Okay, so talking about those swatches, I like this palette more than the Caramel Brown palette because it's the shade right here, which looks way better than the other dual like swirly kind of shade that was in Caramel's Brown palette. So I like this palette a little bit more than the Caramel's Brown palette. And the mattes are exactly the same. It's like very, very buttery, very smooth. And this shade right here, this like a bronzy gold shade, it's so good. I love that shade, and this yellow in the center is also very, very good. And I love this palette as well. It's quality wise, it's pretty similar, both the palettes. Just the difference is the two-tone like colory swirly kind of shade, but it's better in this palette. So yeah, moving on to the third and the final Obsession Brown palette, which is the chocolate. So the third and the final one is the chocolate palette, which was the one I was most excited about. And these are the swatches. And the mattes, I can't even tell you how smooth it was. It just like glided like a butter. So I really like the mattes. And again, this palette has 5 mattes and 4 shimmers. This palette doesn't have two-tone kind of eyeshadows, and yeah, I really, really like it. Like this shimmer is not as pretty as it looks in the pan here, because I don't know if you guys can tell here, it is absolutely gorgeous. It just looks so pretty with that pink, I don't know, it looks like a rose petal, but it's like a pink shimmers in it, and it's very, very nice. I still have to use this palette on my eyes. I'll be able to tell you guys how it works on the eyes, but as far as the swatches, all are pretty. Like all the palettes are exceptionally good. So while I was just like randomly reading the back of this palette, as comparing it, the nude palettes have a shelf life of 12 months, whereas the Brown Obsession palettes have a shelf life of 24 months, which is pretty good. Like this one has only a year, and this one has 2 years. So yeah, but yeah, that's the only difference I can see. So that was the comparison with the labels in the back, and now I'm going to do a comparison between the colors. So yeah, these are how the colors look like, and comparing it with the medium nude palette, these are completely different tone. Like this one is more like pinker, like mauve tone nude, and these ones are like pretty warm tone like brown palettes. So yeah, I don't think it matches in any way. Now I'm going to compare it with the Naughty Nude palette, and once again you can see it's so hard to hold these. So again, as you can see here, it does not match the colors in these palettes at all. Like maybe like 1 or 2 browns, like matte brown shade maybe, but as a whole, I'm pretty happy that I picked these up. And another bonus palette that I wanted to do a comparison is not a Huda Beauty palette, but I'll show you guys that palette in a second here. So I was talking about the Natasha Denona bronze palette. So let's do the comparison. The most close one, maybe I'm wrong, I haven't checked it yet. No, it does not match at all. The chocolate, I don't think it actually matches. So now let's move on to the caramel one. I feel like caramel one is the one that's like a close match with the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I think like I am interested to do a comparison between them, so like I can just like do an eye look using these similar colors from these palettes. And yeah, let me know guys if you want to see that, because I see a lot of similarities in this palette. Like I don't want to do swatches between the bronze palette and the caramel palette, but I really want to do a separate video on this. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So yeah, that was all. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know guys if you are interested to see the looks that I create with the bronze palette. I mean, I really want to do it, so I might film it anyways. And also like I got a video idea of doing a comparison between this palette, and yeah, I really enjoyed. I am very happy that I picked these palettes up. Let me know in the comment section if you guys did, and if you are planning to pick it up now, because there's a VIB sale going on and you can get a discount of 20, 15 and 10 wherever your tire is. If you are a Ruse member, you get 20%. If you are VIB, you get 15, and if you are a Beauty Insider, you get 10% off. From all these palettes, like the ones that I am really happy about is the chocolate brown palette. I know it's a very deeper kind of brownie nude, but yeah, so far I really I was really excited about this, and I still am. And second pick would be the toffee. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you guys next time in another exciting video. Until then, you guys stay beautiful. Bye guys.